Okay, how is everybody today? Today is the PTSD Awareness Month, and what I would like to talk about is the treatment that you know that that we know is working for PTSD. One of the treatments that we have done many research and around the world is prolonged exposure treatment. And prolonged exposure treatment is a treatment that developed by uh, Edna Foa about 20 years ago, and since then has been developed and improved, and more than 100 studies have been shown that the treatment is very effective. So let me just say that the treatment actually is comprised of two issues, and the two issues and the two procedures are aimed to help people process the traumatic memory, and by processing the traumatic memory, they will get over or at least get reduced symptoms of PTSD. And the treatment is called prolonged exposure treatment, as I said, and it's comprised of two procedures. One is called imaginal exposure treatment, exposure procedures, and it's really is asking the patients to recreate and tell the story of the major trauma that is haunting him the most. So if it's like sexual abuse or accident, they will allowed talk about and describe about the what happened during the treatment, what they felt, what they thought, and then they will record it, and they were listening to the tape several times a week. And by listening to the tape, they process and they digest the traumatic memory, so it becomes less frightening, it becomes less upsetting over time. And the treatment usually is 6 to 15 sessions, and the number of processing and talking about what happened during the traumatic memory is about 5 to 6 sessions. And the other procedure that we're using is called in vivo exposure. And the idea is that people that have PTSD are afraid of situations and exposing themselves to situations in real life events, and that these situations are not terribly dangerous. In fact, they are not dangerous at all, but they are reminding them of what happened during the traumatic event. So what we do there is we comprise a list of situations that the people are avoiding, and we start helping them confront those situations, starting with easier ones and going to a more and more difficult ones. And what happens is that as they confront those situations, what they learn that what they think could have happened, what the terrible things that they imagine would happen, actually don't happen. So they are learning two things. They are learning to be able to think about the traumatic memory and talk about the traumatic memory whenever they feel they want to or they need to. without getting very, very upset. And at the same time, they also are able to go to places, meet people that remind them of the traumatic memory without feeling that something terrible is going to happen to them, that traumatic memory is going to come again, that they are putting themselves in danger. And then what those things are happening together is helping the patient reduce or eliminate the PTSD symptoms that they have been suffering for months, years, and without getting better. So thank you so much for being with me today.